Howdy folks, this is Deputy Brouillet. I'm down here patrolling the Southern Territory. Wanted to give a shout out to my friend and partner in ministry, John, and his wife, Donna. You guys have been such a great presence in our lives, and John, I appreciate the years of ministry we got to do together. I really enjoyed the effort you put into building a team. You really set an example of what it means to be a servant leader that takes care of your team, builds them up, and lets them know that who they are is okay. And the strengths they bring to the table are valuable. So I appreciate that about you, and just all the times we got to do ministry and life together. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate your investment in me as a minister, as well as a father and a husband. You invested in me a lot and helped me become the man that I am today. Don, I want to say thank you for the heart and care that you have for the church. I know that being in ministry can be a thankless job, especially sometimes when you are the wife of a pastor. So I just want to say I appreciate the heart and commitment you have to the church, to seeing people grow closer to Jesus. I love your eye for detail and creativity when it comes to the facility. And especially appreciate both of your guys' heart and love for our family. Our boys were blessed to grow up in several of their early years under your leadership and friendship. So we appreciate that and the presence that you guys had in our family. So as you guys head off into the sunset, I want to say we love you guys, wish you well, and we look forward to years of friendship. Adios.
Hello, my name's Cameron Pruitt, former worship pastor there at Olympic View. And one fun memory I have about John is all his movie quotes that he busted out at staff meetings or wherever we were. He had his well-known quotes like "Stay Golden, Pony Boy" and things like that. But he also loved to quote some couple lines strung together in some random part of a movie that nobody would know. Just funny to him, but there you go. He liked his deep cuts. And I bet many of you remember the Christmas trivia one year with questions like how many spikes were on Max's antlers in The Grinch. Just nobody knows that one, John. Anyway, we had a lot of fun in staff meetings and other times. John was great at building camaraderie and collaboration, and you're already missed by me, John, and I'm sure will be very missed there at Olympic View. So anyway, God bless.
Hey Mom and Dad, wanted to send you this quick video. I don't know if I'm playing first or Josh is playing first, but again, I know we're both going to say we're really upset we weren't able to be with you guys this Sunday on such an incredible milestone. You know, Dad, you and I have talked a lot about, you know, the goal nowadays for pastors is to simply finish. And I think not only have you finished, I think you've finished really well. And I'm super proud of you, and I know, and hopefully you know this, that really I'm in ministry because of you, your discipleship, your leading throughout my entire life, even as a kid and beyond. Again, I'll never forget the stories you tell of, you know, praying over me in the womb and just saying, Lord, do with it as you wish with this child. And obviously I think he's doing that. And so again, that's just a testimony to your trust and your faith in Christ, and then your ability to continue over the years, time and time again, to disciple, to make disciples who are making disciples, to lead, to preach the word faithfully. I'm just so unbelievably proud of you and your 37 years of ministry. That is an incredible achievement, and I hope that even as the future continues to unfold and next steps and interims and all the things, that the Lord's just going to continue to bless it. And I know that as you step out of maybe more vocational full-time ministry, I know that doesn't mean that you're done. It just means that the vocations change for you. Again, you taught me that a disciple never stops being a disciple, right? We never stop being Christians. And so just again, thank you for everything you guys have done. A huge thank you to Olympic View for being a really safe landing spot over the last 12, 13 years, and it's been incredible to watch and witness just what the church has done. But especially, Dad, as you just led so faithfully, and Mom, you being so faithful next to him and helping him and supporting him and all the things. And so you guys are just an incredible example for Carissa and I of what it means to be in ministry and to do it together. So again, we love you guys so much, so incredibly proud of you. And again, sorry we weren't able to be there today, but we hope that this is just a small token, small testimony of how much we appreciate you guys. So love you, and we'll see you soon.
Hey Pops. First and foremost, just wanted to say sorry that we couldn't make it out there. We really tried, but life's been kind of crazy for us recently. But I did want to send this video to just explain how proud I am of you and how proud we are of you. 35 to 40 years of being a pastor is amazing. And you have changed more lives than you know. And I look back on your journey, I look back on our journey as a family, and knowing that you were the head of that family the whole time as a Christ follower and as a father, you have taught me what it looks like to be a Christ follower, what it looks like to be a father, and that is invaluable. Everything you have done for us over the last my 31 years, I am truly grateful for who you are as a person. And you have taught us unwavering faith, even though it hasn't been easy over the last years. And you have taught us what servant leadership really looks like in Christ. And I believe it directly correlates to what me and Kenan do for jobs. Is because of you that we know what good father figures look like, what good Christ followers look like, and what good leaders look like. And I could not be more thankful and proud and happy to call you my dad. So I just want to send this video out. I love you. I love you too, Mom. And again, just thank you. And I'm so excited for your guys' next adventures. Can't wait to hear about them. Can't wait to be a part of them. And I can't wait to see you. Again, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. And thank you for being my dad.
Hello, what is your name?
Terry Werner.
Jerry Werner.
My name is Jeremy Doak.
My name is Nicole Doak.
My name is Jonah Wahlund.
I'm Renee Harris.
Jason Harris.
My name is Marty Dobson.
How long have you known Pastor John?
Since he first came to our church, I think it's been 10 years.
Well, as long as he's been here, and I think about 10 years.
I've known John 8 years.
I've known John, 8 years.
I have known Pastor John for about 11 years now, since he became pastor here.
I have known Pastor John since they first came to Olympic View.
Since they started coming here and being pastor of our church.
What is the oldest sermon or sermon series you remember of John's?
Well, I remember the one where we had the different chairs.
There were so many really good ones, and I can't pinpoint. I always enjoyed when he talked about his family and his sons and things that they did on the farm when he was growing up.
The oldest sermon series might be Genesis. I do remember when we went through Genesis. That was a while back.
I mean, the one that comes to mind is Jesus. It's not the oldest one though. I remember doing the Peanuts series, the Christmas, Dr. Seuss.
The oldest sermon series I remember is the 4 chair disciples one. Don't ask what it was about. I don't fully remember. It was a while ago. What is the oldest sermon or sermon series you remember of John?
You weren't supposed to ask that question.
What is the most memorable moment you've had with John?
Well, when he first came to meet with the search committee, I remember that he came. First of all, I really loved his smile. He just seemed so genuine. But the funny thing was that he brought his mother to the interview as well, because I think she had a little bit of dementia and she was staying with them, and so she came, and it was kind of cute. Well, one time I went to him with concerns, and he just really let me talk it through and not feel judged or anything like that. I just was able to talk with him. I think the thing about John that I really love is he's just John, and he's a good shepherd for us. I've always felt like he loves us as people, and I think he's just really there for us. The other thing, and it's not just John, but it's Donna and John. The other thing that I really appreciated was when Jerry Nickel died, and they were the first ones to come to the house and bring just some food and stuff for us. And at that point, the Nichols weren't part of our church family anymore because they had gone to another church because of their kids. They wanted to be where their grandkids were. And, it was Olympic View people, not just John and Donna, but it was the people from this church that showed up for Teresa. And not so much the other church. And I know just how much that blessed them, just that love and concern, even though they weren't attending regularly at that point. And it just showed their heart.
Well, there's actually been so many. I remember one incident. Cameron was away on. He was out of town, and of course Cameron, was the worship leader, and John was going to play the guitar and sing. And I had not known that, I didn't know that he played the guitar. And so I had called him on something, and he says, well, I'm going to be covering the worship team Sunday. I thought, oh, well, that's great. And so I remember that was kind of a surprising for me. Not that should be out of the ordinary, but it's many of us talents that we didn't know. After we on the worship team, we kind of got a feeling is that, boy, he's a pretty good guitar player, and he's got a good voice. And so there was always been probably a year or two after that, and he's played in a number of different times too. But I called him for, I don't remember exactly what it was. I had a question to ask him, and he started talking about having another session with the worship team because Cameron was out of town. And so I was trying to be, I said, oh, you mean we're going to be blessed with you playing the dynamic guitar and singing? Yeah, I can hardly wait. And he just paused and he said, okay, what do you want? And it was just comical. But he was right on top of things. And I said, well, I don't really want anything. I just wanted to compliment you. Anyway, I think the world of him. And I've learned so much from him. And Donna, I love her voice. When she sang the Christmas, but she sang the song so beautifully, and I was just really taken aback by it. It's wonderful. Anyway, I love them.
I probably have two. The first one would be when we first moved and Nicole accepted the position here. I was working Sundays, and so I didn't get to know John or any of the staff very much. And during the week, on one of my days off, we went to the go-kart track in Lakewood, and Brian, Cameron, John, we all tried to put up our fastest times at the go-kart track. John was not in the top two. I think he was I think he was third. But I just remember that standing out as a time where I kind of got to see John in a different element than just a Sunday morning and have fun. And so that's one of the memories that stands out. Another memory that stands out was when John approached me about 3 years ago and said, "Hey, I heard your prayer on Sunday. That's pretty good. I know your background. How would you like to give a sermon?" And I thought through it, trying to find an excuse. And ultimately, there was no excuse because I had pretty much done everything except actually give a sermon in front of the church. And so that kind of helped mentor and guide me into an area that I really have enjoyed. I've enjoyed preaching, and really I have a thanks to John for that, because if it wasn't for his initiative, I probably wouldn't have ever taken the initiative myself to say something or to get up there and preach a sermon.
I've had lots of really wonderful, memorable moments. The first one that I often tell people as well, and it was how Olympic View, it was Olympic View's impression, or my first impression of Olympic View. I was on the phone. It was before even an interview that I had, and John and I were talking, and I knew I had recently found out that we were expecting Mason, and I said that I would love to be a children's pastor. I would also love to be full-time mom and make sure that I'm with my kids for a lot of their growing up in that beginning time and have them with me. And John said, "Well, why would we," I'm trying to remember exactly, but he said, "Why would we be at odds with you, with your family? Why would we be against you? If we're going to be your church family, we're going to figure out a way to make all of this work and to work with you." Because I asked, was that going to be a deal breaker? And that was his response. He said, "Well, why wouldn't we as your church family work with you and welcome your family?" And we've had that. John has led, I feel like, Olympic View in that, and we've had that experience from John of learning what it means to be a family. I've really looked up to John in lots of ways. I remember him being there at Mason's first birthday, and there's lots of wonderful supporting our family as we figured out what it meant to be a family, and him just leading and guiding in those ways, and Donna as well. All the mom advice as I just would become a mom, and lots of how do I keep my house clean with kiddos around, and not just clean for clean's sake, but clean to be hospitable. Donna taught me a lot about what it means to be hospitable. And I remember the baby shower that we had for Mason, that was with Donna and Jill, and just all this, just really lots of traditions and church family life happening because of Donna and John.
The most memorable moment I've had is probably when we were working on the new floors in the sanctuary. We had to glue them down and do half of it at a time, and then the other half. It was a couple-day process.
Oh, I think one of the most memorable moments with John is when we were doing some work cleaning up a property, and we were clearing up a bunch of firewood, and huge log, almost as tall as I am. And looking down the row was John, and then Jason, and then Carl, and then Brian, each with their chainsaws, taking care of this monster log, and it was definitely a row of boys with their toys. It was so funny. Donna and I have done a lot of work together the past 12 years that they've been here, just because we do a lot together with the different potlucks and doing the gardening outside and different events that have happened. So yeah, we've had a great friendship with that. And I think one of the best memories with Donna was about 6 or 7 years ago. We did a cleanup Saturday, and her and I were taming the blackberry vines out in the back corner, and we were both just yanking them clear out of the top of the arborvitaes. And to this day, we still look at blackberries and laugh about the experience we had that afternoon, because it was funny. It was really, really funny.
Well, it's been a pleasure with John and Donna. We've been with them as long as they've been here, and we've been coming to Olympic View for since 2006. So we've seen a lot of variety in preaching and just in general throughout the church growth. And one of the things I appreciate so much with John and Donna is their candidness and being real people, that they're very relatable. And one of my kind of fond moments is when we started playing pickleball, and it just was my wife and I and John and Donna and then Jill and Dawn. So the 6 of us playing, and just how long, just seeing the endurance. So it's interesting and fun to see the competitiveness and John and Donna, and then of course the rest of us were very competitive too. So it was a very fun night. So anyways, yeah.
The first time he ever led worship here at OVBC, and it was an interesting day. Cameron wasn't here, and I was trying to get things set up for sound in the children's wing, so I was running down to see if the sound was coming out, and I was also playing drums that day for the first time with John, and I missed the top step coming out of the sound booth and basically slid down the railing, kind of messed up my shoulder, and also I had a big gash on my leg from hitting a bolt when I slid down. So he saw the leg coming, or the blood coming down my leg, and he's like, as long as you can make it through service, we'll be great. He didn't know that I couldn't move my left arm, so I was basically T-Rex drumming the whole time. One arm, so it was kind of fun. So that's the most memorable thing. And then of course elder board meetings and elder retreats out at the beach house, where we'd have a steak and get together with the whole elder board. It was good times.
Whenever he sees me or Aaron when we go to church, and he has the chance, he'll always greet us, and he always makes announcements fun in some sort of way.
When he invited all like the veteran families to his house, that was really nice and kind of him. And I really liked his pizza.
Oh, okay.
And also when we leave, he always greets us all the time, and I'll miss that.
Would you like to share anything else?
Just that I love both of them, and I love the fact that we've enjoyed just socializing with them, as well as having him be our pastor. And Donna, I've enjoyed being part of worship team with Donna. That has been something that has really blessed my heart, and I just love them. That's it.
Well, it's really sad for us and for many in the congregation that hate to see both of them, leave. It's hard because we just really enjoy them, and but in talking with John, he just he said, this is what God wants, and he said, I don't know what's in store, but I want to be doing God's work, and if this is what he chooses, I'm all in. and so it's difficult at thinking of they're leaving, and we don't have that relationship. But on the other hand, God has got other plans, and we're just going to miss him. But we're happy that he's chosen to do that.
Other than go Bears, I would just wish John and Donna both the best as you guys move forward. Continue to rely upon the Lord's guidance in your life, and excited to keep in touch with you guys and to see exactly where you're being led, and to see the fruit of God using you in a different area.
It's been good having them. They're great people, and we wish them the best of luck.
They will be missed, both Donna and John.
I hope that they're happy with their future life, and we're all going to miss you very much.
God will help and grant all of their future endeavors. We will miss you, and we love you. Bye.